The most underrated music in the world are frequencies. Yeah, okay, they sound like the most basic meditation background noise, but there's so much more. Today I'm gonna show you how it can actually help you grow, make you feel better, and literally manifest your dream life. And the best part is that the only thing that you have to do is listen to music. How cool is that? I personally love listening to frequency music while sleeping. It helps me fall asleep faster and just sleep better in general. But that is just one of many ways of how you can use frequencies to level up your life. So let's dive right into the world of frequencies. We start off with the question, what are frequencies? And for that I have to expand here a little bit. Everything in the universe is energy. That means your body, also your thoughts, the chair that you see, the plant that you see outside. Everything is energy. That is proven from science. And every form of energy moves in waves, and the speed of those waves are called frequencies. So it makes sense that because everything in the universe is energy, everything also has a frequency. Then we probably also already heard about vibration, and you probably wonder what is the difference from vibration to frequency. And basically a frequency is how many vibration happens per second. And that amount of vibrations are counted in hertz. So I will use hertz a lot of times in this video so that you understand what it is. Hertz is like a measurement unit, like centimeter or so is, and it measures how many times a vibration happens per second. Which means, for example, when you listen to a 528 hertz frequency music, that 528 times in a second a vibration happens. Now that we know what hertz mean, let's continue on. Because the next thing that we have to talk about is that you align with the things that have the same frequency as you have. Probably you heard this already from the law of attraction. You attract what is the same as you, and because you are a body and you have thoughts and you're something in the universe, which means you have an energy too. So you have an energy and you align and attract the things that have the same frequency as you have. So you as a body send and receive energy all the time. And you attract frequencies that matches your own frequency. So easy said, when you have a low vibration, you attract low vibration things, and you get high vibration, you attract high vibration things. Now, important to understand, the high vibration are the things that you want. High vibration are things like being happy, being confident, getting all of the things that you're manifesting for, and the low vibration things are being sad, just low energy type of vibes, literally. And that is also known not only as the law of attraction, but also as the law of vibration. So no, it's not just magic, but frequencies literally affect your brain and your emotions. That is science. Okay, but now, how do frequencies work? The good news is that your frequency of your body is not fixed and you can change that. So literally what I'm saying is that you can higher up your vibration so you attract the good things into your life. Like, how cool is that? So literally what you're doing is manifesting your dream life into reality. Okay, but how do you raise now your vibration? There are a lot of different ways that you can do that. For example, manifesting, visualizing, being grateful, controlling your subconscious mind and start thinking more positive in general, and also listening to frequency music. And as you probably can see, the frequency music is the most easy one to do because literally it's just listening to music. Because guess what? Music, like everything else in this universe, also has a frequency. So what I'm saying is that listening to frequency music is a passive, easy way to higher up your frequency and your vibration. Good, now that you understand that, you know how powerful frequency music can be. So let's talk about how to use it. So there are different types of frequency music, basically just different amount of vibrations or hertz that you can listen to. Each one of them has their own meaning or effect, so there's a lot to cover here. But first, let's look at the frequency chart. Basically, here you can see what I talked about before. The higher your frequency is, so the higher up you go in the chart, the more positive things you can bring into your life, and the lower you go, the more negative you can get into your life. So here you can see how from 0 to 1,000, frequency literally changes your well-being. Okay, but this is still very general, so we want to be more specific about specific hertz that you can listen to, so specific vibrations and frequencies that you can listen to. And of course as well, what are the meaning behind them. So before we saw the chart that everything is going in 100 steps, but here I searched out the most popular ones and they're not going in 100 steps, but they're more very specific numbers, and we're gonna cover all of the most important ones. So we started from the ground by 0 and then go higher and higher up until 1,000. and in the end I'm gonna also add some special frequency music. So first one, 174 Hertz is for reducing physical pain and tension, and it is grounding. 285 Hertz is for accelerates healing of tissue and energy fields. 396 Hertz is for release fear, guilt and shame. 417 Hertz is for helps break negative patterns, supports change and new beginnings. 432 Hertz is called the natural earth frequency. It is very calming, it's heart opening and just harmonizing. 528 Hertz. Repair your DNA, love, self-transformation and miracles. It's often called the love frequency. 639 Hertz, my personal favorite. Strengthens relationship, empathy and communication. 741 Hertz. Supports problem solving, emotional expression and detoxification. Last two, 852 Hertz is for awakening intuition and higher consciousness. 963 Hertz is the last one, and it's like literally so near just being so conscious in your spirituality. So it goes really into the spirituality phase and at the top, just being connected so deeply with yourself. Now these are the very basics and you will see them a lot now that you know them, but there's some other ones I would like to touch on. Let's start really at the low ground again, because delta waves are the frequencies from 0.5 Hertz until 4 Hertz. So literally at the ground. Now you probably remember me saying in the beginning that I love listening to frequency music in the night, and delta waves is exactly what I listen to because it will give you the deepest sleep and physical healing. So it makes sense that it's used for sleeping. You can also use it for healing. Next up we have theta, I don't know how to say, waves, which are from 4 to 8 Hertz. Also these are still about really deep relaxation, light sleep and also lucid dreaming, which I would love to be able to do. It is good to access your subconscious mind, so for example for meditating and also for being more creative. Next up we have alpha waves, which are from 8 to 13 Hertz. These are all about being in a flow state, being in balance. They're good for staying in focus and being relaxed. So for example when you're studying or so. Beta waves are from 13 to 30 Hertz. Now slowly we're getting more awake. It's about being alert and kind of like problem solving. So good for being very focused, for example by having a productive time. Last one from this is gamma Hertz. Sorry, I have no idea how to say these names. And it is from 30 to 100 Hertz. That is all about higher mental activity, for example when you're learning something and try to remember stuff. Now 532 Hertz we also already talked about before, but basically it's said it's kind of like the earth frequency. So what the earth has as a frequency. And it is said that it resonates a lot with nature and human DNA. So an actually very interesting frequency to listen to. Now then there are also some angel number frequencies that you can of course listen to. For example, 888 Hertz is for the abundance frequency. 777 Hertz is for luck. 111 Hertz is for connection and cell repair. And last one of all of these frequencies is 999 Hertz. That stands for completion and higher alignment. So as you can see, there are so many frequencies and there are even more, but that are the most popular ones. And literally you have like a plate from choose from for what you want to get into your life. Like literally there's a frequency for everything, which is so cool. So you can choose the frequencies that matches everything that you do. I hope that now hearing all of these frequencies made you like aware of some one or two that you want to try and implement into your life, because there's so many and it's a good thing to kind of research and just try out some to find which one you really like and when you really like what. So because I didn't want to overfill with just so many frequencies, it's probably also good to search it up online and see what fits best for you, because I just said the most known one and I think there's probably going to be something under it. But if you want to know more in detail, then really give it a try and search it up and get to know it yourself. Now enough of all of these frequencies, let's get to the question, when do I even listen to frequencies? Now I already said it a little bit before, but we're gonna like cut it down. Basically frequency music is kind of like a background music, so you can listen to it while doing a lot of things. My favorites are while getting ready in the morning, doing my morning routine, or also in my evening routine. While working, everything productive that you do, always good to listen to frequency music. Since it also has no lyrics, it's a good way to have still some music but it doesn't really take away the focus of the things that you do. And then on top you could listen to like productive frequency music and it will higher up your productivity even more. Like How good is that? Then it's also good when you want to connect with yourself. For example, when meditating, visualizing, manifesting, journaling. Because literally you can higher up your vibration not only with the meditating, the manifesting or whatever, but also at the same time with the frequency. So it's like a double win. And then, as I said before, while sleeping. Literally so easy because you still hear the sound, but it doesn't wake you up. So you have just like 8 hours of just getting frequency music in, which is so good. Whew, I have the feeling I talked a lot here right now, but we come slowly to the end. Next and last question is where to find frequency music. Now the obvious ones are Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen to music. They're literally everywhere. So basically when you know what frequency you want, you just type in the number plus hertz frequency music or so, and you will find it. Just go through it, look which one then actually also says the number, and you will find the one that you're searching for. Now there are also a lot of apps that you can use, which honestly I never use because it's enough for me to use it on Apple Music. But you could try Better Sleep, Insight Timer, or Brain.fm. That we come to the end. I have the feeling I talked so much. I hope you understand now what frequencies are, how to use them, what all of these numbers are that you always see. And you have now an overview of how you can start your own frequency journey and start listening to it and just really see how it will help on your journey to get the best version of yourself. That was like a lot of recording right now, so see you next time for a brand new video. Bye bye!